to order. May we all bow our heads for a moment of silent prayer. Show yourselves, gentlemen, Fakir and Rishmo. We do roll call. Chief Clerk.
Senator Aritos,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figuer, Senator Figuer,
Absent.
Senator Colland, Floor Leader Harper,
Amen.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Paluk,
Yes. Good morning.
morning, Senator Perman, Senator Romalo,
Amen.
Senator Urusamal,
Hello, I'm Inyap. Thank you.
thank you, Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Semina,
Yes. Chairman Rishmo, where is Chairman Fakir? His name is showing. Is he around?
Mr. Speaker,
Okay.
two members are present.
Sorry, Speaker. I'm sorry. He's somewhere. He's around here, but not
Okay.
where he can be seen.
Tell our staff that we've just started the session, so if he wants to join. Okay, we do have a quorum to transact business. Next item, Floor Leader.
Good morning, Mrs. I move that we dispense with the reading of the.
Has been moved and seconded that we dispense with the reading of the journal. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We now dispense with the reading of the journal. Next item, Chief Clerk.
Item number 5, presidential communications. We have 2 of them and they are numbers 22-134 and number 22-135.
Sign those, Chief Clerk. So next item.
I have some Supreme Court communications for item 6, none at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Item 7, member communications, none also. Item 8, departmental communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 9, agency or governmental authority communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 10, state communications, none. Item 11, state Supreme Court communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 12, municipal or town communications, none. Item number 13, foreign government communications, none also, Mr. Speaker. And item number 14, for miscellaneous communications, we do not have any at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, we're now on our order of the day. Item 15, standing committee reports. Chief Clerk, do we have any?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For item 15, as of now, we do not have any reports.
Okay, item 16, special committee reports. Chief Clerk, do we have any special committee report?
None, Mr. Speaker.
Next item. Next item, Chief Clerk.
For item number 18, unfinished business, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, bill calendar. First bill,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For Bill Galanter, we have a few of them, or five bills altogether. And the first one is on Congressional Bill number 22-93 for second and final reading. CB number 22-93 is a bill for an act to amend Public Law number 22-48 by amending Section 5 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs in the state of Chuuk and for other purposes.
okay, Chairman Fikir, welcome. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Speaker. Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Any
Second.
second? It's been
Second.
moved and
Short recess.
seconded that, Congress pass CP number 22-93 on
Short
second
recess.
and final reading. Okay, short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We're on CP number 22-93. There was a motion for passage on second and final reading, which was seconded. So discussion on the,
Speaker,
Vice Speaker Moses.
yeah, thank you. Good morning, and to you, Flora, and members, those who are observing. I have a written amendment I wish to offer on the said bill. And it's quite lengthy, so I would like to request that we dispense with the reading of it. And I so move for the adoption of the proposed amendment.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded that the offer for amendment to CP number 22-93 offered by Vice Speaker Moses be adopted. Because of its length, we will dispense with its reading. And for leader, motion to suspend.
Move to suspend any relevant rule that may impede our action on the proposed amendment offered by Vice Speaker Moses, particularly the rule that prohibits substantive amendment on second and final reading.
Any second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the relevant rules, specifically the rules prohibiting substantive amendments on second and final reading, be suspended. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion
Speaker.
carried. The relevant rules are now suspended. So discussion on the offer for amendment by Vice Speaker Moses. Any discussion? Chairman Romulo?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and wish to also offer an oral amendment to the state amendment on line item A. The Alati should change to the CPUC. So move.
Second.
Second.
Order is subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. There is that offered oral amendment by Chairman Romulo to make the allotee of the item 55A of the election district 4 to be the True Public Utility Corporations. Okay, discussion on the offered oral amendment. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed on that oral amendment offered. Those in favor of it, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The offered oral amendment is adopted. We are now discussing the offered for amendment as already amended. Any further discussion on it?
Speaker.
Yes, Florida Arbor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I should admit that I didn't have chance to look at our amendments, myself and Moses' amendment. But let me just try to offer my oral amendment, and staff will place it properly where it should be. On line 1 or item 1, where it says food relief and Mitas vessels needs 100,000, delete that 100,000 and in lieu thereof put in 90. And then after item 7, add on another item, which will be item 8, and it will read Morlocks Land Registration Team, 10,000. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, any second? It's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Floor Leader be adopted. A short recess. Congress is back in session. Okay, any discussion? Discussion on the offered oral amendment by Floor Leader Harper. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered oral amendment by Floor Leader Harper, say aye.
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 Nay. Motion carried. The offered oral amendment by Floor Leader Harper is adopted. We will continue discussion on the offered for amendment to CP 22-93 as orally amended twice. Any other discussion? If none, if there is no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offer for amendment to CP 22-93 as orally amended twice, offered by Vice Speaker Moses, say aye.
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 Vote nay. Motion carried. The offer for amendment
And it's another
CP
example of
22-93 as orally amended twice is adopted.
that he
Now we
is,
have CD
that he is
one.
more
short recess. Congress is back in session. We now have CD1. Any further discussion on CD1? Vice Chairman Parik?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you, Vice Speaker and floor and all members. Mr. Speaker, I have a floor amendment to the said bill, CB 22-93. And the amendment has been linked to portable, and I believe that members have had an opportunity to read it. Because it's lengthy, I also move, Mr. Speaker, that we dispense with the reading and therefore move for its adoption. So move.
It's been moved and seconded that the offer for amendment to CB 22-93 CD1 offered by Vice Chairman Palik be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended. And because of its length, we will dispense with its reading. Discussion on the offer for amendment by Vice Chairman Palik. Any discussion? If none, if there's no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offer for amendment to CP 22-93 CT1 offered by Vice Chairman Palik, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carried. The offered for amendment by Vice Chairman Palik is adopted. We have CT2 now. Any further discussion on CT2? Any discussion? Chairman, Vice Chairman Christian?
Mr. Speaker, I also have an amendment to that bill. I move for its adoption.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the offered floor amendment by Vice Chairman Christian be adopted. That's an amendment to CT2. Because of its length, we will dispense with its reading, and the relevant rules are still suspended up to this point. Short recess. Okay, so there's that offer for amendment by Vice Chairman Christian. Any discussion on it? Discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offer for amendment to CP 22-93 CD2 offered by Vice Chairman Christian, say aye.
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 Motion carried. The offer for amendment to CD2 offered by Vice Chairman Christian is adopted. We now have CD3. Any further discussion on CD3? Discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk,
Short recess, Speaker.
short recess, subject to go of the chair. Congress is back in session. If there's no objection, we will continue our discussion. I will recognize Chairman Romulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also have a floor amendment on behalf of Speaker Semina on the said bill on
Oral
page
amendment.
1. On page 1, line 8, delete the figure and insert a new figure 80,000. On page 2, line 2, delete the amount. So move.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Chairman Romulo on behalf of Speaker be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended. Discussion on the offered oral amendments. Discussion, if none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. I will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered oral amendments, say aye.
Aye.
Those nay. Motion carried. The offered oral amendments to CD3 are adopted. We now have CD4. Any
Sure.
further discussion on CD4? Yes, Chairman Ursula,
Yeah, short recess, Mr. Speaker.
short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress back in session. We're still discussing the CT4. Vice Chairman Christian,
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. During recess, I sort of touched on why I would be making the following amendment. But on page 3 of the offered amendments, on page 3 on the offered amendment, there's an item that says Pohnpei Island Development Authority, and in parentheses, PITA. That should all be deleted, and in lieu thereof, insert Chief Mayor of Pingalap Municipality. Mayor of Pingalap Municipal Government.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded that the offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian be adopted. The relevant rules are still suspended. Any discussion on the offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian? Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We'll vote. Those in favor of the adoption of the offered oral amendment by Vice Chairman Christian to CD4, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We now have CD5. Short recess. You get that, Conference back in session. Any further discussion on CD5? CP 22-93 CD5. Any further discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will now vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk.
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Aritos.
Yes.
Thank you. For the state of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman. For the state of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Urusamal.
Since we don't have any, can I vote no? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 4 states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
For that reason, CP number 22-93 CD5 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-94 for second and final reading. CB number 22-94 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 20-60 as amended by Public Laws numbers 20-65, 20-75, 20-85, 20-97, 20-150, 21-69, 21-84, 21-100, 21-129, 21-163, 21-173, 21-187, and 22-11 by amending Section 5 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs in the state of Chuk and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
Aban.
Has been moved and seconded that Congress passed on second and final reading, CP number 22-94. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk.
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Aritas.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman. State of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Urusamal.
That's yes, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. All 4 states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
CP number 22-94 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-95 for second and final reading. CB number 22-95 is a bill for an act to further amend Section 9 of Public Law number 20-131 as amended by Public Laws numbers 20-154, 20-159, 20-172, 20-187, 21-03, 21-10, 21-38, and 21-81 to change the language in the funding previously appropriated to fund enhancing tourism for the state of Koshai and for other uses and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Trujillo.
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
Second.
That's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 22-95. Discussion. Any discussion on the bill? If none, there's no objection.
Speaker, short recess.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. Chairman Figure,
Move to defer action on the bill to tomorrow's bill calendar.
Second,
it's been moved and seconded that CP number 22-95 be deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. CP number 22-95 is deferred to tomorrow. Okay, next bill, Chief Clerk.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-97 for second and final reading. CP number 22-97 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 21-80 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-99, 21-110, 21-143, 21-181, 21-188, 21-214, 21-242, and 22-19 by amending Section 4 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Pohnpei State and for other purposes.
Chairman Figure,
Move for the passage of the bill on second and final reading.
it's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading. CP number 22-97. Discussion. Any discussion? Chairman Roosevelt.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Before I make my motion, can I move for a short recess? I move for a short recess.
Short recess. Without objection. Congress is back in session. Chairman Roosevelt, motion to defer.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I move that the bill CB number 22-97 be deferred to tomorrow.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that CP number 22-97 be deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The motion is adopted. We now defer 22-97 to tomorrow's calendar. Next bill, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-98 for second and final reading. CB number 22-98 is a bill for an act to further amend Section 12 of Public Law number 21-42 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-55, 21-77, 21-94, 21-116, 21-147, 21-171, 21-183, and 21-212 to change the allotee for certain funds for the fiscal year ending in September 30th, 2020, and for other purposes.
Okay.
Move for the
Chairman-
passage of the
Chairman
bill
Figure.
on second and final reading.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading CP number 22-98. Discussion, any discussion on the bill? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of delegations. Chief Clerk.
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Aritos.
Yes.
For the state of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman. State of Koshai, Chairman Wali.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Urusamal.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all four states voted for the said bill under second and final reading.
CP number 22-98 has passed Congress on second and final reading. Next bill.
Mr. Speaker, as of now, we do not have any more bills under the bill calendar.
Mr. Speaker,
Okay, yes, who's that?
Short
Vice
me.
Chairman, question? Yes,
Uh,
Vice Chairman,
short
question. Yeah,
recess, please.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. It's back in session. We're still on the bill calendar. Vice Chairman Christian, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, with permission of the Chairman of Ways and Means, I move that Congress Bill 2258 and 2203 be withdrawn from the Committee on Ways and Means and placed on the calendar for first reading.
Second,
Okay, it's
Second.
been moved and seconded that CP number 22-58 and 22-03 be withdrawn from committees and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Okay, those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. CP number 22-58 and 22-03 are withdrawn from committees and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Okay, short recess.
Short recess.
Chair. Conference is back in session. I guess we have two bills. First bill, Chief Burke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-58 for first reading. CB number 22-58 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 19-54 as amended by Public Laws numbers 19-62, 19-75, 19-79, 19-99, 19-119, 20-04, 20-56, 20-82, 20-127, 21-20, 21-117, 21-169, 21-174, 21-194, 21-205, 21-233, and 22-15 by amending Section 4 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs in the state of Pohnpei and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figueroa.
I so move for its passage on first reading.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-58. Discussion. Short recess up to the call of the chair. Discussion. Any discussion on the bill? If
Was the
none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members. First reading.
Senator Aridas? Senator Aridas?
Yes.
Thank you. Senator Christian? Senator Figueroa? Senator Colon, Floor Leader Harper?
I have no business with one of the money, yes.
Vice Speaker Moses? Senator Net? Senator Pollack?
Yes.
Senator Perman? Senator Romalo?
am I?
Senator Urusamal?
Yes, ma'am.
Senator Wali?
Yes.
Speaker Simona?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 11 members voted for the said bill under first reading.
CP number 22-58 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-03 for first reading. CB number 22-03 is a bill for an act to further amend Section 805 of Title 54 of the Code of the Federated States of Micronesia, annotated as amended by Public Laws numbers 18-107 and 21-152 to extend the exemption of the extra 20% of the share of revenues collected to the national government from being deposited into the state sub-accounts of the Evasam Trust Fund and for other purposes.
Chairman Fakir.
Move for the passage of the bill on the first reading.
Moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-03. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members. First reading. Shepherd.
Senator Aritas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figueroa,
Yes.
Senator Golan, Floor Leader Harper,
Aye.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Pollack,
Yes.
Senator Berman, Senator Romolo,
Yes.
Senator Urusamal, Senator Wali, Speaker Simina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 12 members that are present voted for the said bill under first reading.
CP number 22-03 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
Mr. Speaker, as of now, we do not have any more bills.
Chairman Romulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to withdraw said bill number 22-89 and place it on today's calendar for
Second.
action.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that CP number 22-89 be withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Those in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carried. CP number 22-89 is now withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for action. Short recess. Link.
What's the lunch?
Conference is back in session.
Okay.
The next bill is under deferred.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-89 for first reading. CB number 22-89 is a bill for an act to amend Section 131 of Title 52 of the Code of the Federated States of Micronesia, annotated as amended to clarify certain provisions relating to the reclassification of public service system positions and for other purposes.
Chairman Romero,
Move for the adoption of the said bill.
and
Second,
second, it's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-89. Discussion. Any discussion?
Speaker,
question,
Speaker,
Who's that? Vice Chairman Parik?
yes, thank you. Point of information.
Go ahead. State your point.
Is the issue here the effective date of the reclassification? And if that's the case, then is there one date, effective date for all those that are classified?
Chairman
The issue
Romero?
here is the effective date, right? And it simply says that the secretary or the director shall be designated as the authority to designate that effective date. Am I?
Yes, if you
Chairman
recall,
Romero.
when we have the hearing with the AG and we make it clear through our questions that it will retro back to the date of the passage of that funding. And it was agreed that it should be reflected. So when the processing comes, the mid-level staff interpreted that it will not retro back. So that's why we want to retro back through this bill to amend it so it will retro back to the date.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Speaker.
Okay, any further discussion? If none,
So, Speaker,
who's that? Chairman, Ursumo?
yeah, just so I understand, Chairman Jayango. So the effective date of all the employees getting the raise will be July 2022, 21. Whenever
21.
that's July, it would go back to July, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Sure.
any further discussion?
Sure recess.
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We're still discussing CP 22-89. If there's no further discussion, discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members. First reading. Chipper,
Senator Aritas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figueroa,
yes,
Senator Colon, Floor Leader Harper,
For fairness reason, yes.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Palig,
Yes.
Senator Berman, Senator Romolo,
Am I?
Senator Urusumal,
Mhm.
Senator Wali, Speaker Semina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 12 members that are present voted for the said bill under first reading.
Okay, CP number 22-89 has passed conference on first reading. Next bill.
So recess, Mr. Speaker.
Any other bill, Chief Clerk?
Mr. Speaker, as of now, we do not have any more bills under the bill calendar.
Okay, short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. Okay, we're still on the bill calendar. Any other bills, deferred?
Mr. Speaker, I have one more.
Okay, Vice Chairman Christian?
I would like to move that we withdraw from session and return tomorrow at 10 your time.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that Congress stand in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Congress now stands in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning, true time.